It's 2020. It is 2025. This year has a good ring to it. 2025. So it's got to be a good year, right? How do I want to do this? I might be cutting from the car, or yeah, probably. Or this might be a standalone video, so only you will know. Without further ado, I'm not a big New Year's resolutions guy. I'm not against them. I just don't find that they work well for me. I'm a big goal setter. I think goals are very important. But goals should be set at any time. As soon as you have them, or as soon as you think about them, like go ahead and write them down. See if there's something you actually want to chase. But this is black coffee. Or if you know me, you know what that is. But anyways, goal setting is very important. And yeah, new year, new me, people. This might be helpful. So, got a new planner. Got the same one as I did last year because I loved what I ended up doing from last year. I'm going to go ahead and grab it. So yeah, same exact size, style. It's pretty nice. And then what I ended up doing that I want to continue is, like, I can flip to any month and it's completely filled out, which is awesome. Those top days are just like turn of the month kind of thing. Yeah, but what I ended up doing for me, as far as like planning my weeks go out, I just do that on my phone. But this is more of a reflective on the day. And my goal and what I was able to accomplish is do one thing physical, one thing mental, and one thing emotionally how would I say that? Invest time in myself physically, mentally, and emotionally. There we go. Examples being physically, go to the gym or hit golf balls. Mentally, play a round of golf, read a book, solve a puzzle, work on chess. Emotionally, spend time with friends, watch a movie that I like. Yeah, the options are limitless. Sometimes they're bigger than other days, but it was a good day to it's a good way to kind of end each day, is like, today was a good day. Because sometimes you feel like you had a really shit day, but if you can check each of those things off, it's easier to go to sleep. At least for me. I can't say that it will work for you, but yeah, it definitely helped me, and I think I had a really good year. So yeah, I'm going to continue that. That's why I wanted to do it in here. Now, goal setting, what I ended up doing is at the very, I'm going to cover it up because you don't need to see all my goals. But I listed out some goals and I added some as I went. And it says yearly goals on the top, but I'd like to think of it as goals I thought of at the beginning of last year that, like, I could continue, possibly finish in this year, which I finished a lot of these. Like, here's a random one. Get 100,000 on Pac-Man. I did that. It's a silly goal, but like, it was fun, and I did that really early in the year last year. I think where is it? Yeah, January. Nope, that's 35,000. I don't know when I did it. But another one, post 100 Instagram videos. I did that. That's pretty cool. It helped that I was doing 365 days of flips, so just did a video every day until I got to 365, which was just a carryover. But like a thing that I wasn't able to do was do a one-arm pull-up. I was trying, those of you that have seen my Instagram, and I don't think I've posted a YouTube video of me attempting, but kind of at a stalemate. Truth be told, it is, the way I'm going about it, it's probably going to take a very, very long time. I thought maybe I'd get it within a year or a few months, but I want to stay the same physical shape and be able to do the things I currently can do and do a one-arm pull-up, and that's hard. There's a reason people that can squat 400 pounds don't really do one-arm pull-ups. But I want to be that guy. We'll see if that ever happens. But yeah, I think to do a one-arm pull-up in a short amount of time, you kind of just devote your time to pulling motions and don't worry about legs. But it's still a goal. Still would like to do that. So yeah, new goals. Started writing them down on my phone, so I'm going to go off of memory for you guys, but what I like to do is, instead of putting it official, I like to just jot things down on my phone or on note paper, and kind of when I see it on paper, it helps understand, is it too specific or is it too generalized? Are you underselling or overshooting? I'm going to go over that. So I'm going to do a simple one that, let's do two. I'm going to do two examples. They're kind of very different, but I'll show you how I'm chasing both. So the first one was, and then I'll adjust it. My first goal was 315, pause, bench, flat bench. But as I've been training the pause bench, like, it's good, and it's definitely better than just doing flat bench. I got bored. Truth be told, it's boring. It just, because even after like a good session on barbell, like, it's nothing compared to dumbbell on how it feels, how I feel after. Like, even doing barbell, I have to go do dumbbell to feel like I really worked my chest, whereas barbell was more training the technique. So I'm ditching that and going back to dumbbells. Shocker, right? The guy that loves dumbbells. So what I looked at is, well, the max dumbbell in EOS is 150. So that's my new goal, is I want to do full range of motion 150s. I cannot do that right now. I can row them no problem, but flat dumbbell bench at my size, that would be pretty sick. Yeah, so yeah, that's a goal. So that's goal example one, and I'm going to show you what I do once I write down my goals. So 150 dumbbell, and then I try to be specific so that I can't cheat, like, 150, like an assisted one, or all my straps, and then maybe elbows just to 90 and go up. No, I want 150 pound dumbbell, full range, in control, flat bench press. Yeah, so there's a goal. And then the other one has been basically a lifetime goal, is playing the Masters. And some people might laugh, snicker, whatever. I don't think I'm ever going to give up on this goal. I mean, there's ways to qualify when you are old and you be the U.S. Mid-Am champ and go play in the Masters. So never say never. How I'm gearing towards playing in the Masters, that's something that, I wrote down several years ago. And honestly, I just dreamed about it when I was a kid. It's something that I know is a very far-fetched goal and shouldn't be like, I need to do this by the time I'm 25. I need to do this by the time I'm 50. I need to do something. Like, I'm going to chase that until it happens. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm giving myself the best opportunity I can to play in the Masters. So, on a year-to-year basis, you break a goal like that down is you need to play in golf tournaments. You need to play well in golf tournaments. And then things add up. How do you play in golf tournaments? Well, you got to be able to afford golf tournaments. For a while, it was my parents and grandparents, but now it's just me. They supported me and were awesome. I just don't want to rely on them and haven't. So yeah, I'm funding myself now, but finding a sponsor would be a good idea, and that's something that I'm working on. Another video. And then in order to get a sponsor, you got to be a good golfer. So I can shoot well under par consistently and easily. So the little things add up to the big goal. And circling back to the 150. So how I'm going to go about this is it might be achievable. Like, I can do 120s, so I'd say the earliest, if I'm super healthy, not distracted, or maybe a month and a half, 2 months. 3 months. Yeah, earliest is probably 2 to 3 months. The latest could be a long time. You don't know what injuries will come up, what happens in life, moving or focus shifts. Like, right now, I really would like to do that, but let's say I start playing really good golf, win a golf tournament, and things are blowing up in that aspect. I'm not going to go chasing after a goal in the gym if another dream is becoming a reality. It's good to have finite or ultimatums for some things. I don't think they're good for goals. That's probably very debatable, but for someone with depression, it's a dangerous and slippery slope to put a date or an expectation on something. I'm fine with expectations of trying to accomplish something, but by a certain time, that's when things get tricky. I've surpassed a lot of expectations, but what's the tough part for me is I dwell on the ones that I haven't. Like, college golf didn't go as well as I wanted. That was tough. Very tough. College athletics didn't go as well as I wanted. It's very tough. But other people might say, well, you competed at the collegiate level in multiple sports, so what's the problem? I wanted to be the best of the best, so that's my problem. But yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna do every single goal that I came up with, but yeah, each year, sorry if this feels like a running tangent, but shit. What did oh, my Lego man. my little guitar player. Sorry if this feels like I'm just rambling on. Moral of the story. New year, it's a good time to write down new goals. But I strongly urge that you write goals down and then break them down in how you're going to chase them and accomplish those goals. And you don't have to put a specific date on when that goal is going to be achieved. Some people say, okay, by the end of the year, I'm going to be able to run a marathon. Okay, what if your training goes well and you can do it in 2 months? Is that a failure? Well, on paper, you've severely underestimated yourself, right? So that's kind of a failure in your mindset. Or something drastic happens in your life and you can't focus that much on or have that much time on running, but you can run a half marathon by the end of the year. Is that a failure? No. So instead of putting, I have to do this year, write down the goal and figure out the steps to get there. And then work day by day and see where it gets you. I think you'll be a lot happier, and then you'll also achieve things a lot quicker than you realize if you stay consistent, because it just happens. Like, I'm trying to think of, for example, in high school, I was not exceptional in any way, shape, or form physically. Now, I make YouTube videos and Instagram videos helping people look and feel their best, and I get asked all the time, how do you look the way you do? How do you perform the way you do? What sports do you play? Are you an athlete? And that's because I made a switch to make it a habit to be active and work towards being the best athlete I can be. And then you get recognized for it. That can be said in business too. I am probably not the best to give business advice because I've tried a little bit of everything and nothing's stuck. So I'm going to keep trying, and then maybe one of these will work. I hope this does because I really enjoy doing these videos. But yeah, if I can make a living doing what I love, that'd be pretty sweet. But how am I going to see if that happens? By doing it. Like, I'm doing the videos when I only get like 5-10 views. Like, I can hear myself. Long tangent. Whatever. I'm tired, and I just told myself, make this fucking video. Just do it. Maybe it'll help someone. Alright, I'm going to write down and share with you each of my new benchmarks or goals that I want in the gym. Or physically. Physically. I've had to update these because I have achieved my lifetime lifting goal was to bench 225. Bench 315, squat 405, and deadlift 500 pounds. I thought it'd be cool, like, be able to just deadlift 500 pounds, say you have done that. I thought that was like, not a lot of people can say that, and that's a cool thing to check off if I have kids ever, and just be like, yeah, I lifted 500 pounds. That's a lot of weight. And then I thought I'd be at peace, and I was for about 2 years. And now it's creeped in my mind. I'm like, what about 700 pounds? So that's the new goal. I want to be able to do a traditional deadlift of 700 pounds. I don't know if I could do that in a year. Maybe. If I strictly dedicated to it, but I have other goals, so probably going to take longer than a year. I mean, I'm sitting at about 615 right now. And at this point, like adding weight's a lot harder. When I was up going to 500, I hadn't really traditionally trained for deadlift ever. So the growth was rapid. So yeah, 700-pound deadlift. The 315 bench, I did a sloppy one. It didn't really count. So, and I really don't like how it affects my shoulders after doing barbell, so I've ditched it. And I'm strictly looking at dumbbell now. So 150s. Because that was another one, is I wanted to be able to row 175s. No assistance for 5 reps. And I can do that now. Took a long time, but I'm really good at rows now. So 150 dumbbell. Oh yeah, we already wrote that down. There. Dumbbell flat bench. Okay, now I'll get into the fun ones. I want to be able to hold a handstand for 60 seconds with no movement. No movement. And yeah, I can handstand for like, if I get lucky, sometimes like 20 seconds, but I'm moving all over the place. I think it'd be something that I'm going to make a series of doing handstands every day and see how that goes. I think it's not going to hurt me as much as the backflips. Backflips are very explosive, which is fun to do, but not every day. So yeah, 60-second handstand hold. I think if I'm persistent with this I could get within a month. That might be cocky of me to say. But yeah, I think I could. And then here's a weird one. I want to be able to hold my breath for 3 minutes while swimming. Breath, hold while swimming. So I have trained for distance swimming before, and it was fun and it was good, but I like open water swimming better for distance. I get so tired of the laps. It really sucks. So I'm going to shift it to something that's more practical to me. I love spearfishing. Can't really do that in Arizona, but I can hold my breath in Arizona. So yeah, I don't know how long it'll take to get to that. That's a very tough mental thing, and also I'm already pretty good at holding my breath. I know I can push almost 2 minutes when I get in the right zone, so I've done over 2 minutes just sitting still, but 3 minutes while swimming, that'd be pretty sweet. All right, what other? I have them written down on my phone. Okay, the bench. And this doesn't mean I'm getting rid of the one-arm pull-up goal or the, what was the other one? Oh, so I'm actually expanding upon one. I've broken 65 several times. I didn't do it this year. I wrote it down as like break 65 this year. That's one that like, I didn't play as many rounds of golf as I would have liked this year because I was saving money, moving, just unexpected expenses, car breaking down. Really set me back, but I was like, I've done that. Why would I write that goal down? Break 60. So, break 60. But I can't cheat. I can't do a par 64, 65, and break 60. I could do that at a course over here. No, it's got to be on a par 70 plus. So, I may never do that because golf is frustratingly diabolical, where you get one bad bounce and potential 57 turns into 61. Yeah, but I feel like that's more in control than having a hole in one, like on an actual round. I've had hole in ones on par three courses or just practicing for shits and giggles, but um, never during a round. So I've had an albatross. I was going to say albatrosses. I've been closer to, no, that's false. I've been close to other albatrosses. They just stick out. I've had close hole-in-ones, close to hole-in-ones on the course, but yeah, I've had an albatross. That was fun. It was a 2 on a par 5, so a 1 on a par 4 would count as a double whammy, which would be cool. But yeah, break 60 on a 70 plus par. That's a goal that I'm chasing every time I go play a golf course, but that's gonna be tough. I think in order to achieve that one, it's gonna be obviously play more rounds. I don't think I played 20 rounds of golf this year, which is probably the first time I can say that in the past 10 years, 15 years. Yeah, 15 years. But on the flip side, I don't think I've ever practiced my short game more, except for maybe when I was little. But yeah, I'm obsessed with wedge practice because it's easy to go practice and it's free. So yeah, short game's stupid good. My tee shots are great because when I find extra balls, I just hit a few tee shots. Wedge game's on point. Putt in my room all the time. So it's my iron play that's a little looking for something, but we can get it dialed in. It's close enough to wedge play that it's not that hard. Let's see, is there another one? Another new one. I don't. Handstand, bench, dead. Still chasing the one arm pull up. Dunk. That was the other one. I've dunked once. Well, at one period of my life. Yeah, I'd like to, yeah, and I gotta be specific. I don't want to say, oh, dunk on a 9-foot hoop. No, dunk a full-size basketball on 10 feet. That'd be pretty good for a guy that's 5'10". But there's plenty of people that can do that that's 5'10", so I know that's achievable, and I've done it before, just not at my size I am now. Yeah, that one's kind of a tough one to train with the strength training. That's where I think in my first YouTube video I posted like where I was at with it, and then I haven't done anything since. There's some transparency. But that just shows that sometimes things aren't as much of a priority to you as you might initially think. So yeah, we'll see which take the forefront. But writing these down also helps process, like, is it realistic to chase a couple things at the same time? Like, I'd love to do an Ironman. I'm not going to do that anytime soon. Because Ironman training while having a job, while trying to chase a professional golf career, doesn't seem like and find love. I don't think I could do that. No. So it gets the short end of the stick. I would like to do an Ironman when I feel like my weightlifting career has like hit its peak. Like I'll weightlift probably for my entire life, but not strength train my entire life like this heavy. Um, yeah, I really want to check off an Ironman, but I think that's a later in life thing for me when I'm not as explosive as I am now. Um, yeah, maybe when I stop dunking, yeah, I'm gonna learn how to dunk, and when I can't dunk, I'll train for an Ironman. There you go. Because those are the opposite spectrums. Like that video I was talking to you about, being the sprinter versus the marathoner. Those are pretty opposite. You can be both, don't get me wrong, but being those two and being a heavy lifter, that's tough. You're smack dab in the middle of all three. You can only get so good at everything. Ironman's extreme of one thing. That'd be like, I feel like saying you're doing an Ironman is saying like you're going to try to break 12 seconds on a 100-meter dash. Or yeah, windmill dunk at 5'10". Or on the lifting, like a 700-pound deadlift is pretty up there. So yeah, that's my goals. I really droned on. Um, I should probably cut a lot of this. Honestly, this video is more for me than anyone else. So if you got something from it, I'm glad. I'll see you soon. I'll see you next week. Correction. I'll see you next week. Thanks for